He dashes here. He dashes there. He dashes every bloody where. He dashes up. He dashes down. A dashing Womble gets all over town. Whoa! Well, everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Yes, for you eagle-eyed or eagle-eared viewers that haven't heard me for a while, I can talk again. Hopefully for a bit longer this time. Anyway, been down sick for a little while. Couldn't talk really, so I've done a few live shows on and off, and not really been with it. Been dealing with a few things. So apologies for not being around for a little bit and doing some videos, but really hasn't been a whole lot going on with the gig work, etc. Still dealing with the van. For those that don't know, the van, well, basically I got ripped off by a local garage. Going through all of that now. Gotta watch out for some of these garages. Total fucking assholes. Anyway, so back to being out. Hopefully start back on some gig work soon. It is now, by the way, bloody hell, what time is it? 12:50 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. Currently in the brother-in-law's truck. But I haven't done any door dashing as such, but I've been doing some proxy picks on and off. I had a very strange one yesterday. Yesterday was a bit of an odd day. We got out. Mrs. Womble had some very, very, very early appointments at the hospital downtown Kansas City. All part of her stuff for the kidney transplant, or trying to get her in towards doing the kidney transplant. I'm waiting for the results back on that. I did a live show, but I was at that point, because we was there 6:30 a.m. Wow. And here I am, still at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning the next day, and I haven't bloody slept. So, Mrs. Womble's been indoors for several hours now. But anyway, and has to be up early in the morning to go to dialysis. Oh gosh, poor woman. But anyway, where are we? Yeah, it's just, yesterday was a strange one. Very strange. Saw a very, very strange vehicle yesterday. I'll put a picture up here. They called it mayhem. By the looks of it, that was probably right. Jeez. I did a short video on it. Also saw a very, very perky little vehicle. Perky in the fact that it looked like Perky the Pig, because it was rather pink. Definitely not your usual Mary Kay flipping car, though, I don't think. But anyway, but I think they're, as someone said earlier, they're normally a little bit of a subtle pink, unlike that. I'll put a picture up here. Funny thing was, it was an old geezer driving the car. He must have been driving it as a bit, I don't know. Anyway, or maybe he likes pink, but... So, no, I've done a live show this evening. did get a text. I tell you, good grief. I know I'm all over the place here. Got a text from one of our neighbours last night saying that, just a heads up, they got some dogs in the back and that are trapped in there, gated in there is what they said, and these dogs and they were trying to find the owners. Had placed the pictures online, etc. And had also, a bit later on, had gotten a hold of animal control. These are our tax dollars at work, right? Good grief, oh gosh almighty. They have got some bloody dipsticks, I'll tell you. Anyhow, so the neighbours speak to animal control. Animal control say, oh, and they're 2 pit bulls, by the way. And that's the breed matters, because it's normally the flipping idiot flipping owners that cause the hassles by flipping doing stupid stuff in the raising of the dog. So always blame the owners. Anyway, but these dogs had supposedly attacked someone. Woof. So the animal control wanted them quarantined. Okay, come out, do what you like. Then animal control said that they weren't coming out. They didn't want to know. And in between trying to get a hold of the local police and they've been an animal shelter, basically animal control came back to them and said, we don't want them, release them. You what now? And specifically they've said release them at rush hour. You what now? Are you having a fucking laugh or what? Having a bloody laugh or what? I mean, what is it? You want these dogs to go out and play in the traffic? We're not all that far from flipping I-70. Maybe you want them to go for a run down there and play with the traffic down there. Save you lot doing the flipping, doing your job to come out and deal with these dogs. Are you kidding me? Or is it more rush hour because they've got more people out here to chew on? I mean, good grief, what comedians do they have at flipping animal control? Are they flipping nuts or what? The local police department don't want to flipping deal with it because their garage is full of dogs and they don't have any more room. Okay. So this shelter was going to come out and pick the dogs up. They'd arranged the time, and then they changed their minds too. Okay, come on. The neighbours that have got these dogs now are animal lovers, and I mean, there's only so much they can do, crying out loud. This is why we flipping put monies into these paying taxes, so obviously dipsticks can go flipping say stupid shit like they did. I mean, what the hell? So you just told these people that these are supposed, maybe they're not the dogs, who bloody knows? But without you coming out to look at them, just taking a few pictures of them, come out and look. if those dogs react against you that badly, then, I don't know, I haven't met the dogs, they just, how you gonna bloody well know? I mean, what in the world is the flipping, what idiots are flipping do they employ? And it all flipping came about there, you know, just before I'd read all that from the neighbour. I'd been reading on one of the local apps talking about stuff happening in the community, etc. And some people are unhappy with, they were questioning about a local restaurant closing. That was apparently they weren't that great. It was a chain restaurant called IHOP. Anyway, apparently the service was shite there. Well, we haven't been there for years, so and I can't remember why, but possibly it was that. Anyway, but then there was like whole loads of comments about that, and then there was about a local pharmacy that were causing issues. Okay, so you're reading all the comedy from flipping all of what everyone's writing about that. I might as well leave this bloody thing off, because it seems like it's bright enough. So, why in the world are these... This work. Give it a little bit of flipping light, won't it? It'll probably land on my head now. That'll be the next thing. Although it might have been better without it. This light in here goes on and off. It bloody drives me nuts. There we go. Let's just have it. There. A little bit. Nope, okay, it's got my hat in the way, that's what it is. I'm trying to get a little bit. Now I've gone bluish. That'll do. Anyway, I don't know. So the neighbours said, you know what, they've said to us, just release them. So he said, just give it, later on in the evening, they've written and said, just to give you heads up, we're going to let them go at 9 p.m. Shit. Well, yeah, but all those dogs actually going to move off. I mean, I don't know if I doubt they fed them. Because I don't know. I really don't know. We never asked them. I never asked them. And, because they're probably afraid to get anywhere close to them after that. There again, I don't know. And like my wife says, you don't really want to feed them, you never get rid of them. True, very true. But luckily, I said to them, okay, I said, we're home, just wanted to make sure that the dogs are still caged up or whatever, gated in. I don't want to let my wife out of the car until I know that. Or out of the truck. Okay, yep, they're still in there. Okay, so she got out and went in. Of course, I'm still out here 3 hours later. Anyway, or more. But then they turned around and said, it's okay, we've reconsidered, we're not going to let them go, because I said, you know, what happens if they do something to someone, attack someone? Who's it on? You're the last ones that had them. They said, but they asked the local police that, and they said that's down to the owners. Well, brilliant, but no one knows who the bloody owners are, and you're the last ones that had them, and you're going to be the ones that release them, knowing that possibly according to animal control, that those ones have possibly attacked someone else. And you really don't want that on you. I mean, the local police or whoever can say whatever else, whatever they bloody like. And do you also want it on your conscience that when you've let those dogs go, that they turn around and, attack someone taking their dog for a walk? Attack the dog. Attack a child going down the road walking with its parent. Or attacks a kid at the local preschool across the road. I don't care if they go to the drug dealers. If you invite them, I don't give a flying shit about that. That might do us all a favour. But it's, might well be this. But it's ridiculous. Absolutely bloody ridiculous. Anyway, neighbours have said they've thought better of this, reconsidered it rather, and they're not going to do anything until tomorrow. They're going to keep them where they are, if they don't escape, that is. I don't know how well they're kept in there, and whether the dogs are tearing themselves out overnight. But it's so they're going to try and call some other shelters and such tomorrow. But don't you find that bloody ridiculous? I mean, it may well turn out that those weren't the dogs, but there's still 2 flipping pit bulls, whether they're flipping soft as shit or not. There's going to be someone that's not going to be very happy to see 2 of them wandering around, because we all know that flipping those types of dogs, or any flipping dogs together, can be a painful, it can be dangerous to some people, but it all depends on what those people do to those dogs and the mentality of these dogs, how they've been brought up. It's not the dog's bloody fault, it's the idiot that flipping rears them. Or have they always been on the road? I don't think so. They look flipping, from the pictures, it looks like they've just escaped from someone's house. Or they've been dumped off, I don't know. So, yeah. Anyway, getting off of that, went and done a live stream when I came home, and that was number 3 of the day. That was a number 4 of the day, because I did one in the afternoon, I think. Anyway, it's 3 or 4. But 9 o'clock was the schedule, and I didn't start until about 9:30 anyway, 9:30-ish Central Time. And I would have been normally at 9 o'clock, but I was late because I was going back and forth about these dogs. I'll worry about that. So now I'll be out here early in the morning, making sure that my wife gets to the vehicle safely. Make sure I'm out here with that bloody flipping taser flipping thing, just in case they get themselves out of where they're gated in. But it's bloody ridiculous. But I went on to do a live show tonight, and oh my bloody word, trolls. I don't know where these bloody trolls flipping, why they even bother. Fucking idiots. But came 10 o'clock-ish. I mean, got some moderators in the community, and the first moderator came in, and I was already flipping knocking some out and getting fairly peeved off, I suppose. But she came into the live stream, and she was knocking 10 barrels of crap out of them. I mean, she was a ninja. She was taking care of these flipping mods, taking care of these bloody trolls and whacking the crap out of them. So it was quite funny. We went from, I think, 76 flipping in the room down to 6, I think. I don't know, something like that. It was between the pair of us, but she was going, she was whacking them. I think she secretly enjoyed doing that, didn't you, Nina? But it added for a bit of fun. Oh, crikey. I'm thinking that's a bit flipping. It was a bit more light before. I don't understand why it gave us a bit more light. It appears like I've gone dark again. And that one come back on again. Because it's weird. Because I've got to turn the key. Now we come back on. Oh, mate. Anyway, so that's been somewhat of the day. Did see that old driver. If any of you have not seen, old driver is back and is disappeared for a little while. I think he's been regrouping himself and trying to figure out what to do, because for those who don't know, I mean, doing the editing now, it's not that it's easier for me to do the editing, but I do know that people that go into using CapCut, etc., I try to use it, but to be honest, I haven't put a lot of effort into using it. But you can do a whole lot of different fun stuff on that. But this bloke who hasn't really been doing all that stuff that long is so bloody good at it, but it takes so sodding long. As with any of the editing and doing these videos, it takes a long time. But if you go over to old driver's website, channel, excuse me, I'll put a link down below. Go over there and look at his videos. Look at his new stuff as well as his older stuff. Very, very talented man. And bloody funny, so flipping funny. It's not like your normal gig flipping driver, I can tell you. DoorDash driver or whatever. Go have some fun with it. He's very, very funny bloke. And there's a lot of great flipping people out here doing the gig work and doing YouTube that we've got in our community as a whole, really. But I got to set him aside because he is such a talented bloke. I mean, his editing, I wonder it takes a long bloody time. I guess you get used to it over time, but it does take a long time. And if you're doing them on a daily basis, yeah, it can get a bit much. Because bearing in mind you're out there, if you've been doing the gig work and doing the deliveries and driving and such, and then you're at home trying to stay with the family and do stuff to have fun at home or go off and do fishing or whatever, but you end up doing full-time work, just doing the editing thereafter. So definitely go over to his channel and take a look. And but I've got some new things coming up sometime, and it is 1 o'clock in the morning or thereabouts, and someone is walking down the road. Maybe they're looking for the dogs. Maybe we'll hear some screaming in a minute when the dogs flipping finally get out. But anyway, maybe it's just come from the bar. He or she. Anyway, so yeah, that's it really. Nothing really going on except now I am back. planning on getting more done. Got some changes coming to the site. I also have a new channel coming. Not sure that's going to be for everybody, but I'll let you know as more comes into play with it. I did get it all partially started yesterday. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking by me, and thanks for all the great wishes, and thanks for all your support. And if you haven't already done so, hit the thumbs up, would you? It's all free. And also hit the subscribe button. Don't cost you anything, unless you really want to pay me. Because I could do with getting some new camera equipment and getting my van fixed, or getting another vehicle. Because my van is going to cost quite a few grand to get done properly. And don't worry, I'll be talking about that flipping garage on my other flipping channel, which is the car channel. But they're also getting problems elsewhere too. But anyway, yeah, in this day and age, there's still some bastard flipping garages out there who just quite happy to fleece people. But to turn around at the end of it and say, we don't know what's up with it. Fucking idiots. I took it down the street and flipping took it to another garage, and they knew it within 5 minutes. Because they did the proper test. Unlike the dingbats that I took it to. Who said that they changed a bunch of parts. We know there's 2 parts that they did. The rest are just speculation at the moment. Anyway, or on what they say. Alright everyone, thanks so much for watching. Do look below. I've got some people for you that you should also go look at. Some other YouTubers. Got a variety of people to watch, whether they're doing gig work or non-gig work, or just taking their dog for a walk, like the one that does it in Switzerland. Not Sweden, Switzerland. And very nice country in Switzerland. If you've never been, go look at their thing. It's called Optimob. Link down below. And there's a lot of people out there to look at, but I'll put some down below and enjoy. Thanks again for being here, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Cheers for watching. Shut up.